New country, new training style, but the same digestive system. Here's how I avoided the usual post-travel bloat. This used to honestly make me feel a bit rubbish. I hated when I used to travel and almost get a bit of anxiety thinking, oh my God, what food do I eat? Let's not eat. Let me starve myself. What water do I drink? Do I stay on coffee? Just bringing me so much anxiety, and then thinking I'm on holiday or I'm traveling, moving country, and I feel bloated. A little bonus tip, I'm going to share with you my new goal, which is not to do with weight training. So I've just arrived in Brisbane, Australia. Well, I'm actually the north of Brisbane. I'm in a place called Maryborough, but I have landed with no bloat, no inflammation, and in this video today, I'm going to share with you exactly how I travel the world, stay in shape, and importantly, I don't feel bloated or inflamed no matter where I am in the world. Let's just go back. So when I used to travel, I would always feel like my digestive system would just shut down. I used to feel bloated. I used to not only have the pre-travel anxiety of, oh my God, when I get to this new destination, how am I going to feel? What do I eat? I just don't feel comfortable in my body. Not to mention guessing, Googling, saving random Instagram posts, hoping that someone will give me the magic solution to help me with this bloat. So I want to share with you exactly what worked compared to what I'm pretty sure you must be doing if you're someone who's also struggling with bloat. And I'm also going to shift focus and share my exciting new goal when it comes to fitness. Those of you that have been following my journey this year, we started off in Dubai, Thailand, Bali, and now we're in Australia. And in Thailand, I did that charity challenge for running up the Big Buddha for the dogs in Thailand. And since then, I've been trying to keep up the running, but just hasn't really stuck. Go weight training, because weight training is part of my lifestyle and is fundamental for not only for fat loss, but actually for muscle build and muscle maintenance. So right now I'm not chasing a weight loss goal and I'm not chasing build. I've been working on building my glutes for the past 8 to 10 months. And before you go, what? Yes, that's how long it can take to build an area of your body. There's none of this kind of 6-week magic pill, let's go for it. It takes time. I'm kind of happy with the size and what I'm seeing. I can't believe I'm talking about my backside, but I'm being honest. So I've got to stage now where I'm like, okay, I'm happy. I don't want to get any bigger in that area, and it's strong and functional, which for me is the most important thing. As someone who works with animals, who travels the world, I really want to be healthy, happy, but also wake up thriving. And mobility and movement is really important to me as opposed to appearance. So let's shift some focus. I'm going to be moving towards strength, coordination. My new goal is to master, drumroll, the handstand push-up. So when I was in Bali, I joined a handstand class and I fell in love, classic Nika, with the challenge of doing this push-up handstand. So for those of you that don't know it, have a little Google. It is quite friggin' hard and probably should maybe be able to do a handstand first, which I can't do yet, but I'm working on it. I'm going to be going for calisthenics. Oh my God, I can never say this word. I'm going to be training on calisthenics over weight training for the next 3 to 4 months. And I'm really excited. I've reverse engineered an entire plan to help me achieve my handstand push-up goal. Let's get into it. Here are 3 ways that I reduce bloat, and hopefully this will work for you as well. Number 1, I actually prepped my gut before flying. Now, before you roll your eyes, I don't have the perfect lifestyle of everything in place the whole time. I came from Bali, of all places, where the food can be a bit suspect, and also I didn't have access to making my own food. So this is exactly what I did in prepping my gut for flying. Days before the flight, I increased my fermented foods, so sauerkraut, things like kimchi, all these fermented foods, which were quite easy to get hold of where I was. I also reduced raw veggies and cut down my caffeine to prepare my gut for travel. The night before travel, I took electrolytes and, as I do anyway, my nightly magnesium. So that's the first thing I did to prep my gut and prep my body for flying. Number 2, I focus on protein and fiber-rich foods. So the day of travel, I ate what food I knew my body liked. And that was a high dish of protein, up to 60 grams of protein in that dish. And then I also had 20 grams of fiber, and I made sure that I had some carbohydrate as well for the energy. Then when I got to the airport, what I didn't do was go and eat everything in the sun because I wasn't hungry. It was an overnight flight. It was a 6-hour flight. We were at the airport at 10 o'clock. I just drank some water, and I had some sparkling water with some fresh lemon in it. The third thing I did is I skipped airplane foods. Now, honestly, I used to be one of those people that used to get pretty excited when I'd see the airplane food, a bit like, what's on the menu? But it's all rubbish. If they're storing food on an airplane, there is going to be seed oils, there's going to be preservatives, there's going to be emulsifiers in it to keep it feeling and looking fresh for our taste buds. So don't get fooled. And when I learned about the dangers of these seed oils, the shift wasn't hard. It never felt like a restriction. So the other thing is, and this is what I never used to do, is I'd never eat before going to the airport because I thought I'd eat on the plane, I'd eat at the airport. But now that you eat before you go, I felt so full going. I wasn't even tempted by food. I was actually ready for a sleep. And that's exactly what I did. As soon as we got on the plane, I put my earplugs in, I had my bottle of water with my fresh lemon, and I tried to sleep. I'm not saying I had the best night's sleep, but as soon as I landed the next day, instead of grabbing that cup of coffee for that caffeine hit, which I didn't need, I went and walked for a little bit because I had to get a train. I walked and I actually ate breakfast. So I had a lovely little breakfast, which was eggs. And I think in this one, it was like an egg veggie. It was more like a vegetable bowl, but it was delicious. Had a liter of water, and then I had my coffee. And ladies, trust me, if you're drinking coffee in the morning, it's really not great at all for your gut microbiome, but not to mention it'll affect things like how you think, your energy, you'll hit a crash earlier, you'll crave food, sweets earlier. So just make sure that you eat something before you have that cup of coffee, which is what I did. And then I took another coffee on the train for the journey there. So this is all part of it. It's knowledge is power, but most importantly is don't get fooled by the starving yourself and relying on airport, plane, or foods like that, which just don't do you any favors. So if you're a rider who travels a lot, remember this: gut health affects absolutely everything. Energy, confidence, bloating, the connection with your horse. Don't push through it. Start with awareness, knowledge, and taking action. Let me know if you found this helpful, and if you did, comment below because I can send you through my free travel guide to avoiding bloat.